let's talk about that new Flash movie.
Oh, brother!
Now, I'll be honest with y'all, I love the Flash. He's one of my favorite superheroes of all time.
The Flashmobile's not just a van. It's an expression of my inner self. That's not right.
But seeing everything that led up to this movie, all the production issues, made me a complete hater. I thought this looked so goofy until I watched it. And don't get me wrong, I still think it looks goofy, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let me just start off by saying, before I watched this movie, I thought it was going to be so bad. I went into the movie theater with my checklist, just waiting to scratch off everything that this movie did wrong. I won't lie. But after watching the movie, I can tell you it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. It's actually a really fun movie. Now, there's some issues that we have to address. Of course, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. How are you going to make a Flashpoint movie and not include the Reverse Flash? It just doesn't make any sense to me. That is literally the most iconic Flash story of all time. And if you're gonna do it, please at least try to do it right. Now, before y'all start flaming me up in the comments, look, calm down. The changed Flashpoint story that they did in this movie was at least good in my opinion. Now let's get into these characters. You already know. I gotta start with the boy Barry Allen. I can tell y'all right now, for at least 80% of this movie, this man had me absolutely dying, bro. He was so funny. This man was funny from beginning to end. The faces this man was making when he was going super fast had me rolling on the floor, bro. When I told y'all that this movie was goofy, this is exactly why. This man looks so incredibly funny in his corny ass Flash suit. Every time this man was speeding up, he looked like he did not know what to do. Blood was absolutely lost. Speaking of super speed, someone tell me why every single time this man the Flash was running, it was always in a straight line. That is probably the laziest thing about this movie. Somebody on the production team for this movie must have loved playing Sonic the Hedgehog as a kid, because tell me why every time he's running, it looks like he's just holding right in a Sonic game, and he always got that goofy ass running pose. This man was out here running like he just learned he had legs. Every time this man would charge up to start running, he would hit the coldest pose possible. And then as soon as he started sprinting, bro hit the worst running form I have ever seen in my entire life.
I'm on a whole nother level, I'm geeky. You think you
Hi.
I love you.
Thank you.
Bro was out here running like he was underwater or something. It really didn't make any sense. But I won't lie, it was funny as hell. And y'all know what else was funny as hell? The other Barry. Now, the younger Barry, I won't lie, I didn't expect anything too great from him, but he honestly stole the show. The two Barrys match each other perfectly with their synced comedy, and I think it worked extremely well in this movie. Say what you will about Ezra Miller, but they acted their ass off in this movie. You can't deny that. Now, y'all know if we're talking about characters, I gotta talk about the baddest in the game, Supergirl.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Every time she was on the screen, she had me absolutely drooling like that cartoon dog from the Looney Tunes. I mean, y'all seen what she did to that gargoyle when she spit on it. I need that to happen to me immediately.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
And don't even get me started on the way she was talking in this movie. She had the silkiest voice of all time. I'm not gonna lie, it made me melt. That one scene when she was up in the sky and she said, "I got you." Oh my god, bro, I actually was jumping out of my seat. I think I speak for everyone when I say we need to see her back. As for Michael Keaton Batman, I can say he was cool. Now, I am not the biggest fan of his original movies. It's not because I don't like them, it's just because I haven't watched them, so I don't really know much about them. But I can say his performance in this movie was actually pretty good. I mean, he served his role well as a Batman. He has some good scenes after his introduction. You already know they gotta have Batman doing some crazy stuff in a superhero movie. That's just how DC rolls. But after those scenes, he kind of falls off and really doesn't do much else. And I won't lie, they kind of did him dirty at the end of the movie. I won't tell you why, but if you've seen the movie, you know exactly why. Now let's talk about the CGI, because that's what everybody and their mama is talking about right now on the internet. At best, the CGI was tolerable, and at worst, it looked absolutely horrendous. I know somebody out there said that it was supposed to look goofy, but bro, you are literally just capping to save your butt.
Stop the cap.
Most scenes in this movie where the CGI is used look completely garbage. It takes a huge turn for the worse in the last 30 minutes of the movie. And honestly, it sucks because the last 30 minutes of the movie is supposed to be the huge climax of the entire film. But if I'm being completely honest, almost everything about this movie takes a huge nosedive in those last 30 minutes. This movie was extremely fun to watch, and then they just threw everything out of the window in that last third of the movie. Now, I don't have a final verdict to give because I'm not the Einstein of the movie critic community, but I will say, if you're a Flash fan, you should probably give this movie a shot. It's entertaining enough in its own right, and it's definitely not the worst movie in the world, but it is still pretty bad. Is it a good movie? No. Well, kinda. It's complicated. Should you watch it? Probably not. You won't miss anything if you don't watch it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below.